guys. How you doing? Hi. Say hello. You say hi? No. Okay. We're here. Actually, really close to being on time, so ran a little late. Thanks, Orlando. I had a bird fly in my face as I was trying to take my thumbnail picture. It was like a weird looking picture. I had to redo it. How are we doing tonight? No one's here just yet, but I put a link on. I'm getting better. I put a link on Facebook. I think we'll head on over. I hope. Hope they find me. I'm waiting. Anyway, my gosh. Hi. How you doing? Miss J. I think we'll get our bales coming on board in a minute, and then we'll start talking. I don't know if there's a lot to talk about tonight, because it was just a weird week altogether. Talk about that. how weird this week really was. I'm starting to think if it were normal, we'd be bored. Hey, over there, stop. Hi. Okay, hi, Faith. I'm going to wait just like one more minute. My dogs are apparently killing each other. Hey, fly right now. You want to see my birthday present to myself? So what I got myself this year? Wait, I don't want to see the big mess I have here, but without seeing the big mess I have here, check this out. It's outrageous. Okay, my messy house. See that? Right there? See that? Can you see my? Oh my God! You can see my mess. My couch is covered. See my carousel horse in the corner? I've always wanted one. So, anyways, her name is Pandora, and it was my kooky gift to me. Anyway, my birthday that I do not celebrate. So, even my kids didn't know the date of my birthday for a very long time. Thank you. Someday when I finish painting and really finish this room, it will be nice. So, freaking hot mess. Hey, Carolyn. Okay. Oh man, lots of spring babies. Everyone was having spring babies. Hey, Mirna. Doing good. Trying to decompress from this week. It was wild. I think the readings, I don't know if there's like a contest to see who can outdo everyone on the readings, but it's been nuts. Nuts, I tell you. And I guess I want to talk for a minute about what happened last week. Just for a minute. Because I know I'm speaking. I've already registered my phone. That's lovely. What do I do? I can't stand technology. I don't know why I even try. Oh, good. Now I'm speaking to my phone. Okay. Put that away because I have no idea what I'm doing. So last week we had a weird troll. My first troll in almost 3 years of doing these videos. It was a little sexual and it was not fun to see. And I hope I handled that gracefully. I know at the end there I was getting a little angry when I couldn't figure out how to block him and delete comments, which ultimately was done. But what it was a good, and again, I'm preaching to the choir, you all know, but as I'm trying to read after that, I mean, in my head, I'm racing like, how do I know this person? Is this somebody who comes to my store? Is my door locked? Oh, thank God my dogs are out. And I'm like trying to think like the words, was there anybody who uses language like that I could, weird expressions. I was like, what he opened with, I'm thinking he's talking about my milk goats. I was thinking, because I used to sell milk, and I sell milk in my store, my goat milk. So, hey, Janice. So that was just strange. Anyway, I just wanted to say like that's the stuff that just, a random male person just kind of thinking that they can come on a show and just rattle you, and then mission accomplished in some respects. So that was fun. I hope that doesn't happen again. It doesn't usually happen to me, honestly. In all my years of social media, and I've gotten one dick pic, one in my whole life, and it was surreal. Yeah, I wonder what you're thinking. But that was it. So I don't usually get that inbox full of crap that many of my friends do and talk about. And I don't usually get people being insulting or rude to me. I'm pretty blessed like that. Maybe I'm just intimidating. I don't know, but I don't get that from many people. So happy spring equinox tomorrow. I believe it actually occurs. I can't read comments with my glasses off. I'm glad. I'm hoping you had a good time, Marilyn. It wasn't crowded busy in the store. It was just a steady stream that just kept coming in, and it was good for that. So thank you. And anyway, where should I begin? Spring equinox. Weather is finally breaking. We were supposed to have snow here in Connecticut last night. That didn't arrive. Hey. I'm always happy when it's not snowing. And it looks like we've turned the corner on spring. A lot of people are making jewelry, I've noticed. More and more people are wrapping their stones. I can't even keep things in stock. I'm sold out of quite a bit that is not available in the warehouses. Just simple things like rose quartz. Who knew? Everyone is sold out of rose quartz. It is the most common stone on the planet next to clear quartz, and I can't get it in. Amethyst, just the big ones that everyone wants. What? You're crazy. Good boy? Anywho, and this is Orlando, my cockatoo. So, other than that, what's new in the shop? What's new in the bigger world? I don't even want to talk about politics, so let's just avoid that. That's on my personal page. I talk politics, not in the shop page, and I try to keep it out of the shop, and I certainly try to keep it off these videos. It's harder and harder when you get current events to not bring politics in, but let's just not tonight. What else am I seeing? Lots of books. People are buying books like in unprecedented numbers. I've got some new publishers that I'm buying from. Really exciting, really interesting new books coming out. I got a big order from Weiser I'll be placing tomorrow. Oh, that's okay. Sky Wars Pro. Rosemary. Anyway, so that's been exciting, watching people get books and wanting to know more about the first steps of getting into the craft, or so many new people. I mean, every day I probably I was there tonight doing it, 15 to 20 names every night that I'm putting into the database for emails and the newsletter, and not to mention the ones that get added on through the website. So much new. I have talked about this, as soon as the mask mandate is lifted, I'll be teaching again. And I talked about this either last week or the week before. I think it was the week before. I do have someone, a very dear friend, that has volunteered the use of their property to do espets, which are full moon rituals. We will not be taping those. They will be in-person events. But for our local community, it's going to be wonderful to have a place where we can just gather in ritual, and it will be high ritual. It will be fun. We're already talking about that, China and I. And what a great thing to do. As soon as they lose the masks, this property has acres, goes into the woods. Hey, why? Stop. It's not necessary. I know, Noah. I'm sorry. Come on, come say hi. You, stop attacking Noah. Here, come say hi. Come on. You want to say hi? Come on. Come up. He's afraid of the bird. He's terrified of the bird. It's okay. My basset hound. Come up, say hi. Can you say hi? I don't think we can get you on the screen. Let me see. What did I just do? Here we go. Here's Noah. Hi, Noah. With Noah's, let's see, his ears. These are his ears. Can you say hi? Look at the camera. What's that? Huh? What's that? Huh? You good boy? You are such a good boy, Noah. You really are. All right. So, what we'll do is we'll have it be open, and we'll just sign waivers. Everyone will just sign a waiver, hold harmless agreement, and that's what we're planning on doing. And that will be on the full moon nights. We're not gonna play around with. Oh, look at that! This is unplugged. That's not fair. Give me a second, guys. That will end badly very fast. You don't want to be doing that. There it is. The battery's running low already. Hey, man. Seriously? Okay, we're good. Okay, all set. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I have no idea what I'm looking at. All right. So, any questions? Anything going on? Does anybody want to talk about anything? It was not an easy week. I lost my last little dairy goat on Monday. So, kind of a shitty day, frankly. This bird is really rude. And I got to say, a lot of us are suddenly losing our pets and animal companions unbelievably fast. It's horrible, actually. And a lot of people are getting sick too. Very obscure cancers, a lot of heart disease, things just popping out of nowhere, and it's been a little unnerving. So that's spring. Of course, it's common to see spring and fall people leaving, even as new spring babies are coming on board. So I don't even know what to say. It's been hard. It's been hard to listen to. It's been hard to experience, and well, that's why we have deity, I guess. One of the reasons is try to make sense of all this and loss. So I think what I'm going to do, if nobody has questions, if nobody wants to ask anything, or if nothing is going on, I'm going to ask you guys, please. I think all of you already have like and subscribe to the channel. Share it if you don't mind. And I'm going to go ahead and just go right on into the Tarotscopes then. I do have a fair tomorrow. I have Andrea, Karn, and Sherry. Andrea is booked solid. I booked the last ones this evening. She had like 2 openings and they were gone. So, and I don't even usually get cancellations for her. People lock in and they show up. So she's my reader who comes in out of Boston, and she reads cards and speaks to spirit simultaneously. It's a very different reading. She'll literally be reading the cards and talking to whoever is standing there. It's pretty interesting. And all my readers are over the age of 35. They've all been reading professionally for at least 10 years, and they've all read me. They've all told me something about my kids, the business, future plans, past that they couldn't know any other way. It's not stuff they could have read on the website or anything like that. And when Andrea came in for her audition, and she came walking in, and she's like, "Hi, I'm Andrea, and I'm a reader, and I hear you hire readers." And this is back in the Monroe shop, by the way. And I said, "I do." And she goes, "Well, I read tarot." And I said, "That's really cool." I said, "Where are you from?" And she goes, "Well, I'm in Boston." I'm like, "That's a long way to come for a job." She goes, "No, all my family is here." So I come visit my family, and I have a little free time. And on a Saturday, I was wondering if I'm like, absolutely. I mean, but I got to ask you to audition. I got to be able to talk about what you do and how you do it. So she got her cards, and we sat down, and she proceeded to read cards first. And she goes, this is a really nice shop, and it's got a really nice energy. And she's looking at the cards, and she goes, oh, wait. She goes, you're not going to be here much longer. She goes, you've already entered agreements. You're signing contracts for a new space. Now, nobody knew about that, but yes, I had just signed contracts that I was going to be leaving and going into where I am now, the Derby space. I said, well, yes, indeed. And she goes, they're telling me that you drive a really old, then she's like, you're going to do really well there, all of that. You drive a really old car. I'm like, yeah, I do, actually. And she says, yeah, they're saying you plan to drive it into the dirt. And I'm like, I probably say that 10 times a day. I'm just going to drive it till it doesn't go any further. I'll drive right into the dirt. And she's like, somebody here looks like it could be a father figure. Your father. Was he a mechanic? I'm like, yes, he was. He was a mechanic. And she's, yeah, he thinks this is a terrible idea. And I'm like, yes, my father would hate this idea. He was like, you drive a new vehicle, you have children in the car, you always play it safe. Yes, he would lose his mind that I'm driving this old, dilapidated, car. And so anyways, and the thing is, I knew it was my dad because he was a military guy and he used military lingo. It was never a car, it was a vehicle. There wasn't any gas, you got fuel. He spoke in military time, 1,200 hours, that kind of stuff. So I have no doubt it was my dad. And it was a really good reading. All my readers have auditioned really well. And I'm pretty proud of the team that I do have. And I have some readers that have stepped away because of COVID, been almost a year now, that are coming back in. So Red Goddess will be here next month. And a few other people that have been away. Tina's been away. She's coming back. My angel reader. So, and I don't know, I've written about this, but there was this one time with Tina when I was running late, as usual, opening the shop. And in my Monroe shop, we were only like a strip mall. So there was a deli on one side and a pizza place on the other. And when we got going on Saturday, she goes, listen, I did something I don't usually do. I know you don't like this, but I read Lino. Now, Lino was a very dear friend of mine. He owned the deli next door. In fact, our boys were the same age. They were 2 years old when I opened the shop, and they kind of grew up together there, running between the two shops. It was wonderful. And I said, well, what happened? I mean, one thing I don't like, and I know it's a Long Island medium thing, this ambush readings, where you just start reading somebody. And we don't do that at Talisman. I don't like that. It's not about a free reading. It's about the fact that maybe that's someone that you don't want to talk to. It's invasive, and they can find another way. You go to my shop to shop and to relax, not necessarily to hear about. I mean, I told my stepfather shows up. I don't want to look at that man. Get him away from me. So that sort of thing. I'm really, protective of my people. But she was over there in the deli, and she goes, well, his mother was standing right next to him. I had to tell him. I'm like, Peanut, that's fine. And she was right there, and she had some messages, and she had some things, and I'm like, well, I'm glad. That's okay, And so the next day, I'm in the deli, and Lena says, hey, did your girl Peanut tell you that she was in here and she read me? And oh, by the way, Lino, a staunch Catholic, we were dear friends. He'd come in the shop, but never got a reading. He was always very respectful, but that was something he would never go for. And I'm like, yeah, she did. Was it okay? He goes, oh my God, look, it's my mother. She was right here. She was right here. And I knew it was my mother because she was wearing the apron, the pink apron with the lace around it that she wore every day of her life. And she was standing there and was talking about I'd lost weight and she liked it. He had been going to the gym early in the morning. He had dropped some weight and a few other messages that were very, very sweet. And the thing is, Lino died of cancer like a year later. He had a very aggressive cancer that came suddenly. And I always hoped that those messages from his mother helped ease his journey over there. It was horrible. Stop. You have to stop. No, go lay down. So that's one way in which, mediumship can really help ease your mind and make things easier. This dog is going to kill me. Go lay down. Go lay down. Oh, there's something at you. I got nothing to throw at you. Go lay down. Come here. Come here. Stop. You guys are crazy tonight. The animals have been crazy, right? Hey, Karen. So I could tell stories with all my readers. They've all got interesting backstories and had some pretty amazing things happen in the shop. But yeah, so that's two of my favorites. And if nobody has anything else to add, I'm going to jump right into Tarotscopes, okay? And we'll start with Aries. For everyone who's new, I do a 6-card spread. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a triangle. Top card is the situation. The next 2 cards are the immediate future, what's going on. And then the next 3 cards are what's coming up, what to expect, how it's going to end up. The short-term readings are just for the next week or two. And what I always tell people is that, of course, not every Leo is dealing with a difficult mother-in-law. Not every, Virgo is having issues at work. Well, they probably are, but let's just say they're not. And, but if there's someone you're close to who's going through the problems, sometimes that happens. If it's your kid, it'll come through in your reading. It happens in my own readings where someone's hyper-focused on their sister's issues, their sister's sick, or their sister's got a problem, and that will be right in the reading. And it's like, no, I'm not sick, but my sister sure is. What's going on? Okay, so that's one thing that does happen. All right. So I'm going to start with Aries. I teach tarot, and I try to do these readings so that if you are a tarot reader, or if you're a novice tarot reader, I'm not trying to say everyone needs to be taught tarot. You can follow along at home. You can pull your own cards. I'll tell you what I'm looking at, and then see how you decipher them, because it really is how you interpret the cards. So, starting off with the Ace of Coins situation, we have the Queen of Wands reversed. We have the Nine of Wands reversed. The Ace of Cups, the Seven of Coins reversed, and the 8 of Cups reversed. So, Ace of Coins is the best money card. That's the apex card for coins. And we see the Queen of Wands reversed. That is the female workaholic, right? Work is taken center stage, and the Nine of Wands reversed, really with a good eye of where they're going next. Now, for many, many weeks, Aries, the readings have Aries very frustrated, not able to make money doing what they want to do, not sure how they were going to structure work, not sure how they could, working out of the house versus in an office, all this stuff with Aries. Last week, it really shifted. And we saw Aries, honestly, finding their niche, finding their, and I'm sorry, Carolyn, this is the Intuitive Tarot, which has been discontinued. Otherwise, I work with the Talisman and Cauldron Tarot, and I don't have that deck in front of me right now, but those are the 2 decks I work with. This deck is a little smaller, and where I'm reading, I got a very limited space to do this in, so I use this deck. But I really start bringing my other deck up from downstairs. Downstairs, I always read with our tarot deck, which is really a beautiful deck. And there is a Talisman and Cauldron Tarot deck page on Facebook if you want to see it and all the beautiful artwork. And I think there's a link to China Mayu, who's the artist who created the deck, back to her site as well. So by all means, take a look. So, so we see Aries really finding their way, how they're going to make money, how they're going to move forward, and hard at it. Ace of Cups, well, if the Ace of Coins is the apex money card, Ace of Cups is love. Seven of Coins reversed. So the Seven of Coins upright is, how do I make money? It's reversed. I know how to make money. And I love how I'm making the money. Ace of Cups. And I've got to say, with the 8 of Cups reversed, the 8 of Cups upright is leaving home. The eight of Cups reversed is staying home. I would not be surprised if Aries is making their money out of the house or close to home. I don't think this is something that requires move or relocation or travel. It looks like just a really comfortable fit after a long time of wondering how it can be done. All right? So that's what I'm seeing for Aries this week, and it looks good. All right. Hi, Anne. Good evening. No, it's okay, Carolyn. Absolutely. I've got a slew of decks, just a ton. And I'm laughing. I gotta tell you why I'm laughing. One grim week. Some time ago, my reader Patty Woods actually bought this deck after I did this ridiculous reading. I had this tarot deck, and it's a very sexual deck. It's a very explicit but funny, cute, because it's set like in the Renaissance fair kind of thing. So it was a cheeky deck, so we say. And I thought, well, I'll do like these cheeky, sexy readings. Only I'm not geared for that. It was not good. I just like I can't even look at. And I'm looking at these cards like I can't even show these cards on this. I'll just get banned forever. So I didn't really think that through very well. But anyways, you try new things. Taurus. We have the Two of Wands. Then we have the Hangman reversed and the Two of Coins reversed. The Lovers, the Six of Coins reversed, and the Queen of Cups. So one thing about signs that are conjunct, the ones that are next to each other, like Aries and Taurus, we often see there's similarities in the energies, similarities in the topic of the readings, even if the details are a little different. So we saw Aries with this idea of money, and we see the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is a great card. It's business partnership. Very often it's a job that kind of lands in your lap, that job that you get when someone calls and says, hey, are you looking because we're hiring? Or, hey, I need you to come work for me. It's that job that just kind of shows up. Really cool. And I'm going to say with Taurus that this idea of business partnership, new opportunities, that kind of thing, that would be welcome. I think it looks like Taurus is starting to feel neglected or feeling like they're not being appreciated or that they're not making the money they should. Listen, the only way Taurus ever feels appreciated, they're getting paid enough. I don't mean that in a bad way. Taurus rules the house of money and investments. And the three earth signs, Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo, they expect to get paid. Virgo loves to be in service to others, but pay them. They don't expect to not be appreciated. And if you appreciate someone, you pay them. This came up recently. I'm saying a lot. I'm so sorry. I had so many readings today. It was back-to-back readings, back-to-back sales. I didn't really I got a 15-minute moment in between leaving the shop and getting up here, putting on some makeup, brushing my hair, and getting in front of the camera. So I'm still trying to decompress even while I'm talking. So I apologize for the poor grammar. Hey, Juliana. So, anywho, where was I? I'm friends with Christian Day, and he is a Capricorn married to Brian Kane, who is a Taurus. So, right off the hop, that's a great match, right? And they do a event, and this year their huge event was done virtually with many, many readers. And again, this had nothing to do with me. I wasn't involved in this, but there was a big brouhaha. And there were people who were taking pots or saying things about presenters because they didn't like Christian Day. And the one thing I commented on it is that his events are huge. He has 4 shops. He buys books in numbers. I can't begin to buy books and support authors the way he can. I always pay my speakers whenever I've had a speaking engagement. God knows I paid them and paid them well, but never at the level, never at the number that he's capable of. He has a publishing company now, and he publishes books. And so my take on it is in a bad economy where the big publishers like Llewellyn have really dialed back on their promotional opportunities and their speaking engagements where they would fly authors out. And normally, when you're flying someone out, you pay for that. And there have been a few times where I've thought about it, but maybe I don't have the space right now. And I I was a little disenchanted with people saying they wanted to see somebody, want something to happen, and then, oh, I'll get them next time. It's like, next time? I mean, maybe next time. They're here now. So that is the one thing was if you're going to knock somebody, I really wouldn't shoot myself in the foot. Someone who actually is supporting pagan authors, artists, speakers, writers. For God's sake, that's amazing because not many places can afford to do that. We are still losing shops. Um, I don't know how I would have continued on through COVID if I was in Monroe. I probably wouldn't have made it. My move to Derby was a brilliant move, and it's been fantastic through COVID and after COVID. Even though I was closed for the 2 months, it was okay with my own readings as well. It's been great, but the point is that when you have someone who is making money for other people, that's my point. It just doesn't make sense. That's how if you appreciate someone, you pay them for their time, and that's what he does. That's what he and Brian do. So I just want to tip of the hat to someone who's doing it and doing it in a big, meaningful sort of way. So anyway, getting back to Taurus, it is if you appreciate me, you'll pay me. You'll pay me what I'm worth. So Taurus, kind of looking at that, I can't believe these animals. Do you hear that? Do you hear that bird? Do you hear that sound? Dear God. Is that fun? What I live with. Hey! Hey! Not good. Orlando! Great. Okay. The day I moved my carousel horse in, he just stood there and screamed at it like that for roughly 4 hours. It was lots of fun. Taurus, the lovers, the 6 of coins reversed, and the Queen of Cups.